Hi everyone, I hope you enjoyed the holiday, the Christmas and New Year time. Happy Hanukkah if you celebrate it, and whatever else is in the mix. Whether you had lots of alcohol or none at all, like myself, whether you had no excessive amounts of different cheeses and crackers or lots and lots, like myself, whether you had lots of gifts for others, for yourself, or you don't really do gifts, where you had company or you didn't really want company, whether you have decorations everywhere or you just don't do decorations. However you decided to enjoy the holiday, if you even had a holiday, that's the thing. Forget that so many people are just still working hard and working away, and if you're lucky you get a day off, like you're in some Christmas set Dickensian novel, perhaps. Novella. Yeah, it's short enough. Anyway, I didn't put any videos on YouTube because I figured everyone will enjoy the break, and I would wait until I had something that felt a bit more worthy of your time. And Christmas and New Year is when I try and play catch up on everything. So you get a lot of the releases from the year that you can catch up on if you have any time off. I was lucky enough to have some time off. You also start getting noise about the films that will be in awards contention, usually, and some of those are available now already. Now, I haven't got to all of them. I've still got, I would say there's still at least a dozen, maybe 20 big titles that I want to check out, for either because of thinking they will be in a conversation as we go on for the next few months, or I just really want to see them. So they include Gladiator 2, Paddington 3, Paddington in Peru, and I don't know, a couple of different ones on the streaming services, I think. So at this moment in time, I think my favourite film of the year is still The Substance. I don't have a list right in front of me, and I'm probably forgetting something really obvious. Probably something with Paul Mescal in it, because he's had a good couple of years. So, yeah. Anyway, if you've not seen The Substance yet, I highly recommend doing so. It is at the top of a lot of lists for favourite horror movies of the year. It's vying at the top of a lot of lists for just favourite film of the year. So definitely try and see The Substance. I also recently finally watched, I think it's just called I Saw the TV Glow. Now, the filmmaker who made this had previously helmed We're All Going to the World's Fair, and a lot of people really liked We're All Going to the World's Fair. I didn't. I really didn't like it. I could see something within it that, didn't make it a complete waste of my time, but I just wasn't a fan. So I wasn't necessarily looking forward to I Saw the TV Glow, even though I heard more positive word about it. But it's really good. It's it's quite dark, it's quite strange. It is, as some people have said, quite heartbreaking. So I would say that's worth your time to check out as well. Moving away from horror, it's just going to be a mix. I'm not giving you just horror movies to watch. Conclave is really good, and I didn't think I would be so invested in a drama / thriller about a lot of people locked in a room to nominate the next pope. That's what it's about. There's a lot in it that's really good. I enjoyed We Live in Time. Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. Doesn't count as 2024 for the UK, I guess, because it just came out the other week. So it was already a 2025 one. But yeah, you kind of know what you're getting, but Garfield and Pugh are so good in the lead roles. Makes it worthwhile. Loved Wicked. I'm making this video now because I finally watched Wicked. I've been lucky enough to see Wicked on stage years ago, and I was wary of what the film version would deliver. As it was playing out, I couldn't remember any of the tunes from the stage show, but that's just usually the fault of my memory. But there wasn't anything early on that was having me tapping my toes and thinking that I remembered this memorable tune from when I saw it on stage. Then it really found its feet, and it started to move, and it started to flow, and it started to lift up, and it was great. Really, really good. Looks gorgeous, I think. Not every tune is a total banger, but the ones that are good are really, really good and make up for the ones that are like slightly weak. I don't think any tune's a total stinker either, so that's a good thing. Now, what else is I've mentioned a few of these on the podcast, so apologies if you listen to the podcast as well and there's some crossover. Joker, Full Ado, I thought was just atrocious. It's potentially my stinker of the year. It's so bad. It just feels like Todd Phillips hated that character and almost made the first film so he could just make this film to spend 2 hours defecating all over the character, which, like, there is something to that, I think, as a mission statement for a film. I think you could definitely do that in an interesting way, and with an angled mirror that asks people why they keep enjoying this character, and you know, how far can this character go to put you off him as you know, an icon, an idol to some, and particularly with the Joker Harley Quinn relationship thing. People put those photos up saying relationship goals. It's very odd. So there is something worth exploring there, but Phillips just doesn't do that. He doesn't do anything well enough. He just really wants to, it feels to me like, bombard the viewer with a pile-on of insult upon injury upon insult upon injury. So I hated it. Yeah, not for me, thanks. The Wild Robot I've gone on about many times already, and I loved it, and I cried a couple of times, and my lip was doing that even when I wasn't fully crying. So that is wonderful, and I highly recommend it. Hopefully you've now seen Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. That was on here in the UK on the BBC on Christmas Day, and I believe is available on iPlayer. In America, it's on Netflix and potentially worldwide on Netflix. I know they got the rights to it, so I don't know how their platforming works in all the territories. Now, I watched 2 films the other week that I really enjoyed, and I've mentioned them a few times in online conversations I've had, but I'm going to mention them again because they are not being mentioned, and they're really, really good comedies. The first one is called Drugstore June, okay? And, like, watch the trailer for it. And if you giggle at the trailer, you'll enjoy the film. Certainly, I mean, it's mainly I wouldn't say character study, but kind of is. Like, your enjoyment of it will depend on how you respond to the central character. But I thought she was, like, quite a delight, and like, silly and yet earnest and strange and wonderful. So I really like that. But the other one that's even better, I think, is funnier, and I'm really surprised I haven't seen this mentioned more, because to me it feels like the kind of comedy that would definitely land with female viewers, yet also has plenty of laughs that male viewers will enjoy. Like, I don't want to call it a perfect date night movie, but it is that. I'm surprised it's just not that kind of hit that aims for a female audience, but also has enough for male viewers who, you know, are made to sit and watch it or dragged along, as they say sometimes. And that is Babes. Babes is really, really funny. And the leads in Babes are great. I've not got any notes, so I apologise. I'm my usual just half-assed self, but none of that. But Babes is absolutely, like, top-notch. There are some moments in that had me laughing so hard. I had happy laugh tears squirting out of my eyes. And yeah, just like Babes. More people should be at least mentioning Drugstore June and Babes in all of this end of year movie chat. Like, they are much better than, you know, I don't know, 70-80% of the movies that get mentioned in most of these lists. On the podcast, we covered Anora just last week, which I really liked, and the more I think about it, the more I think about elements that I liked, so it becomes easier to be positive about and join in with the ongoing hype train. But it is largely due to Mikey Madison's central performance. She is just like another level for that film. So brilliant. And then, on the other side of the coin, my fault. I picked Megalopolis thinking that'd be funny. And it wasn't. It is absolutely dire. I mean, it's one of those big budget vanity projects that is mind-boggling to watch unfold, because nobody had the power or the voice to say this isn't good. You know, the whole thing at the heart of Megalopolis is creative people should be allowed to create, and you know, artists do their art, so you have to accept that artists can also make mistakes as humans, or they're not always nice, but it doesn't matter because the art is the thing, and that's no good. So I also saw Heretic, which I really enjoyed. Mentioned that on the podcast. I can't recall what Craig said about Heretic in our conversations. I think we maybe agree, or he might like it less than I do, because I may aim for a Kevin 7. It's really good, and then the finale isn't so good, so that's a shame, but Hugh Grant is fantastic in it. Venom: The Last Dance is a mess. Just has enough in it to still be a mildly entertaining mess, but I liked the Venom movies. I enjoyed Venom, and I enjoyed Venom Let There Be Carnage. I rated them both 8 out of 10, and I just think they're a really good mix of fun, anti-hero antics, and the standard superhero stuff with the CGI and all that. I think they work really well. The Last Dance is kind of, I don't know, I don't begrudge it, because I feel that Tom Hardy, having done these movies, means that he deserves to give this character a send-off, whether it's permanent or temporary. Yeah, that's the least he deserves, but it's generally a big mess, and a big, loud, not nonsensical, kind of nonsensical mess. It has this thing as well in the earlier scenes of the movie that is Chekhov's, that you're just waiting throughout the finale to be like, we'll use that. Just use it. Use it. I think that might be it for now. There are lots more that will come to mind as soon as I've stopped talking to my phone. You know, but I mean, some people have been making top horror lists and mentioning The First Omen. Sorry, but no, like, I understand people might like it. I just don't understand why it would be anywhere near the top of any list for horror for this year. There's some good stuff out there. The First Omen and A Quiet Place Day One, they are just not films that number among the really good stuff. They are, I'd probably call them passable at best. Same with that Apartment, blah, 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 whatever it was that is the prequel to a landmark horror movie. People were giving that too much slack this year. They shouldn't. Again, stop giving these things slack. TV-wise, I've been trying to do better with TV as well. So over the holiday, I watched Sweet Pea, which was fun, ridiculous, but fun. And currently halfway through The Day of the Jackal, which has been very good, despite my innate dislike of Eddie Redmayne. He gives me the creeps. Watched Tulsa King this year, both seasons, which I enjoyed. Again, very silly though. Not only very silly, but very much seemingly designed around the occasional moment where Sylvester Stallone can be like, well, back in my day, you know, old man yelling at cloud kind of stuff. But it was good fun. And again, I've gone blank. So that is a slight incomplete roundup of stuff, mostly stemming from other conversations I've heard as well. Again, there's some big stuff and maybe not so big stuff that I've still to watch, including, I don't think it's going to become a favourite, but The Strangers Chapter 1, I kind of feel like I need to watch that. Is it Amelia Perez that just won big at the Golden Globes and has been on my watch list for a while. My Old Ass, which was on Amazon Prime. Couple of Sebastian Stan movies from this year bode well for the choices that he's making, with both The Apprentice and I think it's just called A Different Man. So lots that I'll still be getting to or trying to get to over the next few weeks. And also I'm looking to make at least one guest appearance on another YouTube channel and try to prepare for that. So that would be good. That's it. It's a decent start to the year. I hurt my back during the holiday getting off my sofa because I'm 49. Oh, you hurt your back, Kevin? How did you do that? I was getting up off the sofa. That's how life goes now. Great. So I hope you don't have a damaged back from getting up off the sofa. And yeah, we're early in the year, but a happy new year. And I hope 2025 goes well for you all. I shall see what nonsense I can come up with for next week.